We will first introduce our company, BIQE. We started as a company about 30 years ago under the name Dianeth to make theological works digitally searchable for people professionally involved with the Bible, the theologians, and for a large group of people, the so-called theologically interested. We soon discovered that no reasonable and affordable software was available to digitize old theological works from the 16th to the 21st century and improve the quality of the scanned documents. We then considered developing software ourselves or having it designed. Thus began our search for good programmers. In the meantime, some orders came in from universities, and we completed them using the available tools. However, that still meant we had to do much correction work. Thus, we gradually became somewhat significant in the theological world. But we wanted further, and above all, more. So BIQE was born, Batch Image Quality Enhancer, software that, with 38 filters, could enhance images in such a way that we suddenly made great leaps in the recognition and processing of older Gothic texts. That opened up a whole new digital world, with orders coming in from the non-theological world as well. Meanwhile, we developed scanning, anonymization, server, signature, invoice validation, and software to recognize manuscripts. This had been our dream and passion from the beginning, but with the BIQE software and the coming of AI and machine learning, it was getting closer and closer. Then the development of the HTR software began. Because our customers also wanted to read and search the OCR documents, we developed several different viewers so we could show our results to them and apply these viewers to where it all started. With Dianeth. Here you can see the result of Dianeth's viewer. Now we want to walk you through our short video presentation to make things a little more visible, and then I want to give you a demo of the HTR software and how the viewer works. But I also want to say a few words about further development. Specifically, we are developing a workflow to streamline and automate everything.
This was the beginning of BIQE, Batch Image Quality Enhancer software, which, as you can see on the box, has 38 image filters to improve or enhance the images for the best OCR result.
If you're working with old documents, you must also deal with page print or bleed-through. Because of this bleed-through, the OCR of text negatively affects the good OCR. That gave us the idea to develop a tool to reduce this bleed-through. On this slide, you can see the result before and after applying our bleed-through filter.
What are the similarities and the differences between OCR and HTR recognition? Both technologies seem very similar, but OCR is already advanced, whereas HTR is still in an early phase. BR. Unlike OCR, HTR does not focus on individual letters. Instead, it scans and processes the image of entire lines and tries to decode this data. The main difference from the user's point of view is that the layout analysis or segmentation stage is integrated into the OCR engine. In contrast, segmentation is a separate step in the HTR workflow. That makes the segmentation of the lines crucial for recognizing the handwriting.
What are the problems with handwriting to text? One, a significant problem of HTR is the segmentation of the lines. Two, the recognition speed of the HTR can waste much unnecessary time. 3. Poor image quality often has a massive influence on the OCR process. 4. Viewers mostly search one document at a time and can't select the folders. Line segmentation is the key to successfully recognizing handwritten text, so we spent months developing an algorithm for this. The strength of our HTR software is that you, as a customer, can use the original scanned documents without editing them. This saves an enormous amount of time and effort. Furthermore, because our HTR software works with the cores of your PC or server system, it will save you a lot of time. For example, if I used my 16-core PC system, it would take me 3 months to process 50 million pages, whereas without this development, it would take almost 3 years to OCR 50 million pages. What's great about our handwriting software is that poor quality images have little to no negative impact on the BIQE HTR software's OCR. Let us first look at the results of the two images. The first image is an ancient Dutch incunable letter from the 16th century. The second slide features a letter containing a crucial part of our analysis that our software has segmented. It is a very moving letter that we translated from Russian into English.
Our HTR software will not be able to recognize this text correctly without fail. This is because ordinary people cannot read those letters. However, if we were to train them with our HTR software through machine learning, this would be possible. You see the recognition we achieved by retyping about 100 pages here. We made a model of that, and with that model, we achieved this result on the rest of these documents. These incunabula can only be recognized by training and machine learning.
This is an Old Gothic Dutch font, which can only be OCR'd and made searchable if you first train it with machine learning. You have to type over many pages to get a good search result, so this will cost you much manual labor. In the right image, we search for the name Johannes and the result is highlighted.
This sweeping letter reminds us that we should preserve the crucial black pages of our 20th century history. We will permanently remember the suffering that has happened and is still happening to God's people, and the suffering that people can do to each other. We used our BIQE HTR software to recognize it, and on the right side, you can see the English translation of this Russian handwriting. I am Lyudmila Nikolaevna Strijalik Grebenyuk, a Jew, born on December 29, 1927 in the city of Sumy, in Ukraine, where I currently live. When the war began, I was 14 years old. My sister Yulia was 8 years old. My sister Sveta was 2 years old. I remember how the bombs exploded. People screamed and ran somewhere with children in their arms. It was very terrifying. I remember how the Germans took our mother away to be shot. We all cried a lot. They shot Jews outside the city. Eyewitnesses described what a nightmare it was. Children's screams and adults' groans were heard. The nearby people couldn't stand it. They covered their ears and cried. They shot the Jews at dawn. The next day, people went to see if anyone was still alive and tried to save the living. They wanted to shoot us 3 sisters too, but kind, good neighbors like Stepanova, Ignatenko, Nudinova, Gorbenko hid us. They hid us in basements and attics. Thanks to them, we stayed alive.
What is so unique about BIQE HTR AI software? Is it the low cost, 0.008 per page? Or that we have the best line segmentation? That it has adjustable process speed and 100% utilization of PC cores? That BIQE HTR software can process up to 15 million pages in 1 month? That our elastic viewer will not have wrong or half-shaded highlighted words? That BIQE can export 4 different file types simultaneously? That you can process your original scans without editing? That we use the best architecture for the AI techniques? No, it's our great love for preserving history and our passion for digitizing documents for over 30 years. That's why we do this.
Here you can see an application of the viewer we created for a still active Dutch newspaper. We add a new paper every week. The very first edition dates back to 1930. In this viewer, we searched for the word "the" in a Dutch document. More specifically, in the local newspaper from the Dutch city of Volendam. Here you see the result of the Dutch word die and the English word the. You can select the folder and subfolder you want to search for. On the right side, you will see the selections you have made.
Thank you for watching and listening to this video. We hope the information you heard and saw in this video helped you understand who the people behind BIQE are and our expertise in digitizing handwritten and Old Gothic documents and making these documents searchable in our unique database viewer. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, please contact us through our email address.